Okay, so when you're working with finances, you are generally working with time. And time is, of course, a funny factor when you're working with it. So in financial equations, you may need to consider interest over time, payments over time, principals over time, what you're gaining, what you're losing, what you get back from what you've invested. All sorts of things factor over a timeline. Typically in finance, we work with the 1 year concept. So we amortize over 5 years, or we interest over 10 years, or we pay over 15 years. Typically, we work with the 1 year. However, as you may know, 1 year can be broken down into many different things. It can be broken down into 12 months, 52 weeks, or 365 days. All three of these options are tangible when investing, paying, or amortizing. They are also three separate functions of 1 year. So let's look at this. So 1 year is equal to an amount of months. We could have 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, but our given time function is this fraction here when we are dealing with months. So we could say that we want to compute over 3 months, or we want to compute over 6 months, which would also mean twice a year, or 4 times a year. Had to think about that for a second. Right? So that is in months. In weeks, it's the exact same concept. 1 year is equal to an amount of 52 weeks. So say we wanted to compute over 17 weeks. That would be our time variable. Okay, same concept goes for days. 1 year is equal to an amount over 365 days. Say we wanted to compute over 60 days, as in our last video, we would have our time variable looking as such. So say we had an example, it would be, okay, say we wanted to consider, as we did before, simple interest, right? Would be equal to the principal times the rate times time. Okay, so you know, as before, that your formula looks like this with a fraction when you are breaking down time. So working with finance, working with numbers in essence of time, you have to consider how to break them down. So remember that 1 year is equal to 12 months, 52 weeks for 365 days as fractions of themselves. Okay, thanks for stopping by the office, and I will see you later.